I waited for everybody's review to come out first so you can get a consensus of what's going on outside. The review of Hellblade 2 was done by myself and Iron Lord's podcast. That's the rest of the team. That's Lord Attic, that's Lord Cognito, and Lord Sovereign, and also Lord Flame from Lognet. Lognet is lordsofgaming.net, where you can go and get all your gaming news. We did that review. That review was up at 4 a.m. this morning after embargo passed. I had one review done, and I decided to scrap that review in order to bring you my complete review. Please sit down and watch a Fanboy's review, a platform warrior review of a game that was highly anticipated. I give you Hellblade, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2 review.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. So it's time to crush.
When Microsoft first acquired Ninja Theory, and their first game out the gate was Bleeding Edge, that wasn't what I was looking for. And, we get to the Game Awards, and Jeff Keighley is up there, and they announce the Series X. And with that, we had the Hellblade trailer. The Hellblade trailer looked ungodly. Looked like something that we wouldn't achieve in this lifetime, right? Maybe. Let's look at the trailer. 4 years ago, we got this trailer. And it was the trailer of a promise. A promise that, can it achieve this? A promise of, can this be realized on the Xbox platform? A promise of, is this possible? Is the Xbox Series X as powerful as this trailer has indicated? We looked at this footage. We Googled, we Oogled, we were in awe of what we were seeing. We were in disbelief of everything that has been shown here. We believe that this cannot be done. And to a certain extent, this CGI could not be realized. To a certain extent, there was no way that we can live up to this. Looking back at it, it is magnificent to its core. This trailer set the stage for a promise to be fulfilled. For those that don't remember the original Hellblade, let us take a look back at the original Hellblade, Hellblade 1, that released on the PlayStation platform. And then came over to Microsoft. To go from this, and this wasn't how can I say, this wasn't a weak attempt. This was a very, very strong attempt at a visual splendorous game. But there was room for improvement. The game had everything that a psychological thriller needed. It pushed it pulled, it yanked at the core of yourself. The story, if you chose to delve deep into the story and you chose to finish it, was rewarding and thrilling and left you anticipating the sequel. Microsoft acquired them, and the sequel can only be had on the Xbox platform. With such stunning visuals, our thought process was, can this game be surpassed? I'm here to tell you, it has been surpassed. The realization of this game and the promise of Ninja Theory has been realized and brought to you in the highest fidelity on the most powerful platform. Xbox fans rejoice. Xbox fans rejoice. Now, with the official launch of Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, Ninja Theory has achieved the process of fulfilling a promise of bringing high fidelity graphics to the Xbox platform, a promise of bringing the story of Senua to its seeming conclusion, or is this just the middle ground? Has Ninja Theory fulfilled their promise to the Xbox fan that believed in them? Has Ninja Theory conquered their demons? And have they delivered hope to the Xbox platform? This is the true review of a fanboy. Now, I've been a fan of Ninja Theory ever since Enslaved to the West. I thought that game was fantastic. The speed, the uniqueness of it, launched on the 360, I believe, and it was a phenomenal game. I've been a fan of Ninja Theory before then with Heavenly Blade, and that was the first time I got introduced to Senua, because she's in that story. And from all indications, Ninja Theory was an action studio. And then, you know, they did the Devil May Cry, DMC. And, you know, from all accountability to it, it's everything is completely action. And then Hellblade came out. Once Hellblade came out, it wasn't completely action with them. It was more of a storytelling, more puzzle solving, smaller studio. And they were, you could say, indie size. And the game was, it did its job to get them to where we are now. To say that Hellblade 2 isn't like the biggest thing for the Xbox fan, that would be a lie. The Xbox fan always wants their games to graphically be as pleasing as the PlayStation's offerings. You know, PlayStation has a lot of graphically intense games that look really good, and they push the console to the max. Xbox has always wanted that. And then when we saw the Hellblade trailer, was it going to live up to those lofty ambitions of graphical fidelity? Was the graphics going to be exactly what it was? So when we got the promise of the Unreal Engine 5, when we heard that they were using Unreal Engine 5, then we hoped. So far this generation right now, the generation that we're in, the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series S and X, we have not achieved that level of fidelity. In my opinion, I believe that so far, this generation, fidelity-wise, you have some good games like Alan Wake and stuff like that come through. But did we get that Unreal Engine demo? Cat's out the bag. The moment I booted up the game, the moment I started the game, we landed on the beach. It was some stuff that was going on because Senua allowed herself to be captured by her enslavers to get back to Iceland to confront them, to stop the enslavers. And ship stuff happens and she washes up on the beach. And then she goes into her level of psychosis. And the voices start coming back and the voices are talking to her. And at this point, I'm looking at the graphics and the graphics looks ridiculous. But it's in 16:9. And, you're walking along the beach and you're trying to find a weapon. I've noticed the whole impact of the sound, the graphics, everything. And it was something that had me. Now, from the start, you must wear headsets. You must wear a headset. I cannot stress that enough to you. Because this is the first time true immersion has happened, right? True immersion where you need a headset, you need to dim the rooms, you want to encompass yourself in this environment so you can feel, hear, see everything the game has to offer. Ninja Theory has done a phenomenal job in conveying to the player the sense of phobia, the sense of scale, the sense of vastness, the sense of smallness, the sense of inadequacy. Senua is not the strongest, fastest fighter, but she has a unique ability in her psychosis where she's allowed to see things that others can't. Now, from the beginning, I thought that I would be able to find out the tricks that Ninja Theory has done in order to achieve this. And I thought I did. I thought I found out the tricks. One trick I thought was, they're going to do 16:9 because they can't do full screen. They're going to do one shade of color palette. They can't show legs. Everything that I thought up and came up with an excuse was proved to be wrong. The story goes along a path of Senua finding a ragtag bunch of NPCs in this world to get to her ultimate goal, into stopping the madness, the kidnappings, the killings, and basically showing another way. It's a promise, if you will. The game starts off on a promise of giving you a great story and great graphics. And does the game deliver on that promise? Is the promise that they made way back 4 years ago, is that promise fulfilled? Is it the promise of the Xbox Series X and S realized? Has Xbox finally got that game? I'm here to tell you yes. Now, you will have a lot of detractors that's going to tell you that the game is a walking sim. You don't control the game as much. They did not play the game. You're going to have a lot of detractors that's going to tell you that it's not as good as PlayStation offerings. For that, I say nay. For that, I say make sure that you have Game Pass. For that, I say make sure that you purchase the game. For that, I say play the game in its entirety. See the game from the beginning credits to the end credits to understand this incredible journey. And should I say weird, twisted love story? Did I get a sense of that? Maybe. I do have some minuses. They took away some moves that was inside Hellblade 1. I understand why. They wanted the combat to be as intimate as a dance. Anybody that knows combat understands that a combat between two individuals is a dance of death. She's not the strongest, she's not the fastest. And they wanted you to feel that level of uncertainty. They wanted you to feel defenseless. And it's conveyed. Every emotion that Ninja Theory wanted you to feel in this game, if it's claustrophobia, if it's agoraphobia, there is always a sense of some new phobia, aquaphobia, that they will invoke upon you. You're totally immersed in this world. So combat, all the way down to the last battle, builds to a crescendo. You learn how to move. You learn how to parry. You learn how to duck. You learn how to weave. You learn how to run up in the fight. You learn how to attack. You learn how to move your combos. You learn how to use your focus. These things are necessary in order to become very intimate with the combat. They wanted it stripped down to its base form, its primal form, in order for you to feel the urgency in combat. Audio. This is why headsets is necessary. You're able to hear everything on your left side, to your right side, and all around. Footsteps in the forest, little droplets of water, storms, water rushing in, fire, sounds that's echoing in a cave. All these things is meant to bring you closer, more immersive, more of what this game is. They have done a phenomenal job in conveying all of this through sound. Whereas you can close your eyes and be guided through the game. The sound in itself is an achievement. It's a high water mark in this generation where sound is sometimes taken for granted, where sound here is everything through voices, through audio cues. There is no user interface as far as prompts on the screen, no on screen, no overlays. So you use audio as your overlays. Ingenious. So the question to me, posed by all fanboys, all console warriors, all platform warriors, do we have one king? Yes. Yes, yes, we do. I believe that Ninja Theory came through. I believe that Ninja Theory did everything that they promised. I believe that their promise has been realized. I believe Ninja Theory has given you the title that you asked for, the title that you wanted. I believe that Ninja Theory has done just that. So from beginning to end, it's a thrill ride. Something amazing, something to behold. 4 years, damn sure worth it. So good that Microsoft has greenlit their next project. But this is my review of Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga. I would like to thank Microsoft for giving me a review copy and allowing me the opportunity, along with my colleagues, to review this game. And I felt it my due diligence, my duty, if you will, to fulfill my promise and to dig into this game and to give my honest review. I give the game a 8.5. The reason why it's not a 9 or not a 10 is because of the combat. I wanted more from the combat. And that's the only thing. I wanted more from the combat. As I get deeper into the game, the graphics got more elaborate, the setups got more intense. I just needed more from the combat. Like the ability to throw a weapon, to go pick it up, the ability to use shields. I thought there was so much opportunity left on the floor in order for Senua to do combat that they left that on the floor. But other than that, this is an 8.5. This is something to cheer about. This is something to love. My first review. I'm pretty proud of myself. So hopefully you guys get a chance to check it out. Go to Xbox, go to Game Pass, go to your PC, go to the Xbox platform, purchase the game, play the game, talk about the game, and don't ever let anyone distract you from what you like and what you love. To hell with Metacritic. Be your own critic. Peace.